If you're looking for a playful way to challenge your primal movement skills, strengthen your core, and build more coordination, stay tuned. Grant here with Smoov. We're back with another daily hack, and we're going to use this thing to level up our primal movement. Let's pop down into the cat position with those wrists underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hips, and you may want to walk them forward just a little bit underneath the belly button, because this exercise is going to demand a ton from your core, and that might give you a little bit more stability. We'll start out by just driving through the feet, driving through the hands, and elevating those knees off the ground. Taking a couple breaths. Feeling that stability in the cat position. All right, so I'm gonna grab my hacky sack, my sweet Smoov special edition hacky sack. If you need one of these, check the description below. There's a link where you can pick one up. And all I'm gonna do is toss it up, switch hands and catch. Toss it up, switch hands and catch. So get a few reps in this. Re-engaging with the ground every single time through those hands. And we'll rest right there. So maybe you were just watching to see what I was doing, but got about 30-45 seconds of that toss. Now, a few things I want you to notice. Catch your breath, Grant. This stuff may happen instinctually, but I just want to point it out here. So primal intentions, which will then turn into primal instincts. I've talked about this in a few other videos. We want to make sure that we're connected with our breath. So make sure we're breathing throughout that. Hopefully that's instinctual as you're going through it. The other thing is we want to be aware of our eyes. So in this exercise, kind of takes care of that for you. You got something to look at. You've got a task. Great. I don't really have to think about bringing my eyes up and having a little bit better posture through my cat position. And then the last thing is going to be grounding through the contact points. Really engaging with the ground, creating force through the ground. So this one may not be as instinctual just yet, but as you re-engage with the ground, right, you're creating force into the ground. So I'm sensing and feeling the ground. I'm driving through my feet as well. So I've got the breath, the eyes, grounding through the contact points. There are a few other primal intentions and instincts that I'll share with you in future videos, but those three pretty much take care of it. You're able to maintain that connection through the entire body and therefore connect with the task at hand. So you've got the general idea with the coordination. Now we're gonna add a little bit more instability. So you're gonna really have to focus on grounding through those contact points. So what I'm gonna do here is now every single time I toss it up, I'm gonna lift that opposite foot, okay? So the hand that I'm catching it with, right? I'm gonna start here, I've got it in my left hand, my right foot's lifted, I'm gonna switch, switch, switch. Stay in that breath. Whew. Grounding through those contact points, letting the task take care of the eyes for you. Whew. All right, so you can hear it. You might be going through it right now with me. It's a lot of work. Whenever we add an implement or something that we are playing with, a task, it's a lot of mental engagement that's required there. So, of course, we're exercising the body, but we're also really getting the brain involved. And this is where I notice this different level of fatigue that comes in. So, your brain burns a lot of calories too. So it doesn't have to be super complex, but we can add some complexity, some task-oriented activities to our primal movement and get a lot more out of it, whether that's brain activity, calorie burn, fun, all this good stuff. Last thing we're gonna add to this is some sort of travel. So you can do this in a lot of different ways, but I'm gonna give you two options. We're gonna start with moving forward and backward. So just as we would with a crawl, right, moving forward and backward, opposite hand, opposite foot, we're gonna do the same thing with that contralateral limb lift and catch. So I'm here and I'm gonna switch and I'm gonna stride forward. I'm gonna switch, stride forward. And I'm gonna travel backwards. Making mistakes is part of the game. Failure is part of the game. All right. And so if I show you from the side, again, these aren't big strides. I want to stay on top of my contact points. So enduring the task. You can hear my breath. Man, well, I just gave up right there, but enduring the task as long as you can, where you feel like you can stay engaged with it. We want to train that muscle too. The focus muscle, the attention muscle, right? I think everybody might need a little dose of that these days. We've got one more variation, so if your wrists are cranky, roll them out, taking some nice deep breaths, getting some flow back into those wrists. Feel free to keep going with that if it's feeling good for you and you need it. Last one, I'm gonna travel laterally. So that's gonna require me to toss the bag laterally, and I'm gonna kind of have to hop and land on one side. So I'm gonna start a little bit more over here. So I'm going to toss, catch, toss, catch. Notice I've still got that contralateral action. Dealing with some sweaty feet and a slippery floor. Ooh. Oh man, it's really slippery. Oh. All right, well, I'm slipping and sliding, so I think I gotta call it on that one. But there you go. We've got a few different variations. You've got that cat, just tossing, using the hands, getting a feel for that. Then we lift that opposite limb. When you're ready, taking it into the travel. And if your floor is not slippery, you can start to play with that lateral toss. Oh man, I'm tired. Whew, that was some work. Lots of fun as well. I hope you had fun with it too. Let me know how it went for you in the comments below. If you have any questions, pop them down there too. Make sure you like and subscribe, share it with your friends. Stay smooth, everybody.